Hello, veterinary peeps. I'm here to tell you to vent. And I know if you're in a manager or supervisor role, you're like, hey, Amy, I can't have my people on my floor just venting left and right. Isn't that gossip? I hear you. But there is actually positive venting and then there's negative venting. We're going to talk about both because if you like to vent and everybody needs to vent, I don't know a person on the planet who hasn't vented at some point in their life. If you are someone who's never vented, kudos to you. But most of us need to vent. So let's talk about the benefits of venting. If done correctly, I'm going to talk about some things that we need to do it correctly. It actually drops your blood pressure. So let's just say your blood pressure was 130 over 110. It can drop over 10 points after you're done venting. So it'll go down to like 120 for over 100, which is actually normal. And so that can actually be a benefit that we can measure. The other thing it does is it builds a sense of team camaraderie. Yeah, it does. The person who you're venting to goes, oh, this person trusts me. They trust me with that information. I want to hear from them. So it can actually build friendships, build colleague relationships, all of those wonderful things. Now, let me be very clear. If you are the person who is listening to the venter, there's only one thing you need to do. Listen. That's it. Don't give your input. If you happen to be a spouse or if you're in a significant other relationship, if you have a partner, let me be very clear. At some point, you have made this mistake. Your partner is venting to you and they're complaining and they're going on, and then you decide to give your opinion. You give your opinion on how you think it can be handled or how you think you can help. They don't want to hear your opinion. They're probably hot under the collar and they're going a mile a minute. Just let them vent. The only things you need to say are, that sucks. I'm so sorry. Can I do anything for you? Oh, that really is horrible. Do you want to go do something fun? You know, do you have friends or colleagues that can help you with this? Do you have resources that can help you? What can I do? That's it. That's all you have to do. Unless they ask for your help, they don't want your opinion. So keep your opinion, pull it out. All of you who are partners in relationships, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Even good friends. If you have a good friend that you've injected your opinion into during a middle of a venting session, it might have gotten you in hot water. So shh, just listen. I'm sorry, that sucks. That's all you have to say. Now, giving empathy to that person is really important. But hey, venter, you also have some things you need to do. Keep it under 5 minutes. I mean, definitely under 10 minutes. I am guilty of going around in circles. I start venting and I just repeat myself and repeat myself and repeat myself. And the poor person who's listening to me originally is very empathetic. Oh, Amy, I'm so sorry. Oh, that's terrible. And then they start going, is it almost time? Like how long is she going to go for? I've already heard this part of the story 500 times. So venters, keep it under 5 minutes, definitely no more than 10 minutes. So under 5 minutes, tell your story, get it off your chest. Second thing, it should make you feel better. If it doesn't make you feel better and you're still really hot and bothered, then it didn't do it for you. You don't need to find another person to vent to. You need to find a different outlet. Go for a run, go cook something, read a book, do something fun in order to get your mind off of it because venting isn't cutting it. It's either going to work or it doesn't work. And in fact, a lot of data-driven studies have shown that at the end of a vent session, the person still feels just as miserable. And so therefore it didn't work. So we have to not do it or continue that process. The third thing is you need to be emotionally aware of how you're feeling. So, and I'm guilty of not doing this. I need you to breathe. In the middle of venting, when you're going a mile a minute, I want you to think about how you're feeling. I'm still very angry. I'm very sad. I'm still pretty upset. Whatever that is, you have to take stock in your feelings because the whole point of venting is to get your feelings back on track. So making sure you know exactly what you're feeling and how you're feeling it is really important during the venting session. And this often gets overlooked. We just spew all these emotions and then unfortunately we don't take stock in how we are feeling. This is key because recognizing how we're feeling is going to then dictate this is working or this isn't working, or maybe I have to do something completely different. In the end, we all have to recognize that venting is healthy. The very last thing we have to do is be careful who you vent to. While it might seem super productive to just run out onto the clinic floor, grab whatever colleague, pull them aside and start, they may not have your trust. And so be very careful with who you vent to. This is someone who should have your trust. You have their trust, and you feel comfortable venting to this person. And let me be very clear. It should be one, no more than two people. That's it. You don't have to go on and on and on and on to every person. You don't need to end your workday and continue to tell the same story to your partner, to your family members. You don't need to the next day grab another colleague and tell them the same horrific story. That is gossiping, and that is negative. So for all the leaders out there, those people who are gossiping because they're complaining over and over and over, and they're not having healthy, productive venting sessions, yeah, that is gossiping. But for all of those who need to vent, vent away. Venting is actually healthy and beneficial and necessary for most of us. But be careful how you do it. Make sure you follow the rules and regulations. Thank you for all that you do, and keep on being unicorn.